Hi everyone, and welcome to my final summary of learning. We began this course by looking at the history of educational technology, and being born in the 90s, I thought I was pretty knowledgeable when it came to the basics, but I didn't know how far back it truly went, or what exactly we classified educational technology as. In my understanding, and after Alex's crash course in week 2, I define educational technology as the tools, strategies, and different pedagogical ideals teachers strive for in the modern classroom and making it work authentically while appreciating digital citizenship, rights, and privacy of students. As our world begins to change more and more, I know this definition will evolve and grow as well. As occurred with many of the programs used in the early days of educational technology, like Number Munchers, Oregon Trail, and Logo. And eventually, games I played as a kid, like Math Circus and All the Right Type. Even Neil Postman agreed, stating, "Technological change is not additive, it is ecological. A new medium does not add something, it changes everything." These types of educational games pave the way for what educational technology looks like today, but understanding the history and learning theories behind these technologies was just as important. As a class, we discussed behaviorism, cognitivism, constructivism, and connectivism. When asked what theories underpin my personal teaching philosophy, I knew it was constructivism, and as I continue to change and grow as an educator, that constructivism morphs into connectivism. As I become a more connected educator and wish for my students to showcase their learning in individual ways. Visionaries like Seymour Papert have helped evolve education to the student-centered, project-based learning it is today, and continues to encourage these changes in our system. We were able to see this every week through presentations on various EdTech topics. Every week was a different journey, exploring a different type of EdTech and the history of its development. Audiovisual tools became staples in the classrooms long ago, beginning with tools like overhead projectors and more recently, laptops and smartboards. Thanks to this presentation, Nearpod has become a staple in my classroom. As we moved through the presentation, an important theme emerged: education versus edutainment. How do we keep students engaged while ensuring they are also learning and not just being entertained by the fancy media tools we use in the classrooms? Neil Postman discusses that students are taught to love a certain type of schooling from educational television like Sesame Street, one that entertains and seduces them into wanting to watch more. But this is not what education is. In our current education system, teachers encourage students to think for themselves, ask questions, make mistakes, and to think outside of the box. It is important we use these AV tools in a balance to reach the full potential and encourage students to engage with their learning beyond entertainment. There are so many tools to help people be productive in the online world, and these tools have become increasingly important as we have shifted to more time online over the past year. In our presentation, we discussed tools like G Suite and Microsoft 365. Overall, the important thing is to find the tools that work best for you when organizing yourself and presenting to students and others. In our online world, it is easy to get caught up in multitasking, but true productivity lies in single tasking. Using techniques like the Pomodoro help people focus better, as they only need to concentrate for 25 minutes at a time. And although the online productivity suites are incredibly useful for organization, they don't lend themselves nearly as well to productivity. The tools we discussed for online and distance education reinforced a lot of my pre-existing beliefs about teaching and learning online. One of the most important lessons I learned was that online and face-to-face education is not the same, no matter how hard we try. Instead of focusing on what is lost in an online format, it is more important to focus on what is gained and how we can adjust to accommodate and teach students. Whatever platforms and tools we use, when we are kept apart from one another for whatever reason, our need for human interaction increases. So if you're teaching a distance learning course that was set up that way to begin with, it's important to build in structures to keep students interacting with each other and with you. Web 1.0 and 2.0 is where we began to question the social dilemma of using these tech tools in our classroom, as well as reflecting on how much these tools have evolved. From internet browsers like Netscape to Google Chrome, and to having dial-up or high-speed internet. As the web changes, teaching digital citizenship, responsibility, and using websites like Common Sense Media and Media Smarts will help students be more prepared and aware of the information they are processing daily. Mental health awareness surrounding social media and Web 2.0 becomes more critical as it affects the younger generation's growth and self-esteem. As the web continues to evolve to 3.0, education will hopefully also transform to a more co-constructive, blended model of teaching and learning. Assessment technologies have come a long way. With so much of our teaching being done online, it only makes sense that tools like Formative, Quizzes, Classkick, and Socrative have become more popular with teachers. Engaging students in a quick and effective manner becomes more important, and these tools are applicable both in virtual and face-to-face classrooms. Formative assessments are becoming easier and feedback is faster, allowing teachers to check for understanding in a more efficient way. Students can engage in activities from a distance as well, giving even more versatility to these tools. The best part about these assessment tools is their adaptability to be used across subject areas and in different formats of assessment, redefining what formative and summative assessment can look like. After this presentation, I realized I have used many of the no-tech or lower-tech tools in my classroom that were discussed, such as pencil grips or graphic organizers. But I lacked a lot of experience with the higher-tech tools like Proloquo2Go and even using Read and Write to its full potential. It became clear how important these tools can be for people who need them and how beneficial they can be not just in education but in life. These tools are crucial for people with disabilities and can help all learners demonstrate their knowledge best. By following the universal design for learning, allowing all students the opportunity for success in classrooms. Coding has always sounded terrifying. But looking at the tools that are available like Minecraft, Scratch, and CoSpaces, coding can be engaging and easy. And learning how many applications can be extended to makerspaces makes engaging students in authentic learning easy. The idea that makerspaces can be as simple or as complex as you want is what's so intriguing about them. Whether it's making something out of a paperclip or graphing quadratic equations to 3D print objects, or checking out the solar system through augmented reality, what is important is the hands-on creativity and problem-solving students engage in. This course was jam-packed with history, old tech, new tools, and ideas for the future of education. As always, we are leaving with more than we expected, giving us more experience and knowledge to apply what we have learned practically in our classrooms and to give more opportunities to students to engage in authentic, creative, and challenging learning. Until next time, Shelby.